I'm just working on the Loveable lues. These are the legs, just pre-drilling the holes, setting the screws, just to make it easier to screw them onto the box. Over here is just some of the boxes screwed together, sanded down. Actually, these aren't sanded down yet, but sand the corners down and sand all the faces down. And then I put on a piece of plywood on the top with hinges like this. Mark the circle and cut the circle out. This is just the whole starter hole to use the jigsaw to cut the circle out. And the tops of these get all sanded down as well. And the inside of the circle gets sanded down.
This is the Loveable loo getting ready for a finish. The sides are made from 1-inch hemlock, locally harvested. The joints are glued and screwed with 2-inch screws. The legs are made out of the same material, 1-inch hemlock, Pennsylvania hemlock lumber. The top is 3/4-inch plywood, exterior plywood, good on one side. The hinges are door hinges, brass door hinges, with pins, very heavy duty. The sides will get a coat of boiled linseed oil inside and out. And the plywood top will get a coat of semi-gloss polyurethane inside and out.
This is a finished Loveable loo here with a oak toilet seat on the top. Got the hole cut out for the container. Show you how to install that. Lift the container inside and the handle on the back side like this. And the plywood top fits snugly over top the container. And toilet seat does as well. And as you might notice, the plastic supports on the bottom of the toilet seat here, we re-drilled the hole and we moved the support that was like this out to the perimeter so it would fit around the perimeter of the container. And when you're removing the container, it's very simple. Place a lid on it, set it aside until take it out to the compost.
Let's take a minute to explain how the Loveable loo actually works. The toilet is used like any other toilet. The difference being that the contents are covered with sawdust, which is what you're seeing here. Sawdust comes out of a container that's kept near the Loveable loo, and this happens to be sawdust from a sawmill. Pennsylvania hardwoods. The cover material is essential for this type of toilet. It prevents odor and it prepares the contents of the toilet for composting. Once the receptacle is full, it has to be taken to a composting facility, either by the user or by a collection service. So when the containers are filled and removed, they could be simply set behind a curtain, for example, until it's time to add them to the compost bins. If a user of the Loveable loo isn't capable of composting the contents themselves, they should simply set the full receptacles aside and allow someone else to pick them up and compost them for them. Obviously, the Loveable loo requires no water or electricity, and when properly managed, allows for a toilet at very low cost that can be used essentially forever in a lot of different situations, and will produce compost rather than waste. The Loveable loo is a collection device for a composting toilet system. There's a compost thermometer. The ambient air temperature is 60 degrees Fahrenheit. It's reading 118 in this active compost bin here, there. This is year 1, this is year 2, this is year 3 at this facility. Cover material is sawdust. It's a perfect material to cover in a Loveable loo. These are planer shavings, which you can see are a whole different consistency. They're fluffy and larger pieces of wood. They don't work very well as cover material. It takes a lot more to cover with those because they're airy, and so the container fills up faster, and then they don't really generate heat like the sawdust does, because the sawdust is smaller particles. So planer shavings are not recommended in a Loveable loo. Pennsylvania forestry does not clear cut, does not use herbicides or anything like that. Instead, the trees are selectively cut. This is what we use, the 1x12s. Just this lumber here. We take it back to the shop, plane it down, trim it up, and that's how we start with the Loveable loo. This is hemlock logs. This is one of the boys that works here. What's your name?
Edward.
This is Edward. He's the boss here.
How old are you, Edward?
Wow. Edward's 12. He probably runs the whole place. The sawdust comes out this pipe into a pile over here. And this is the ideal material for a Loveable loo toilet.